guys, what's up today? King Auger 1 here. Today I'm going to be going over a manual swap situation for a 1999, possibly 1996 to 2004 Mustang. In my particular situation, I have a Mach 1. It's a 2003 Mach 1, so it's a little bit different. But I'm going to go over everything. So basically, it'll be pretty simple. I'm going to tell you guys the prices too. So basically, to start off, this is what you will need. Transmission. You're going to definitely need a transmission if you want to manual swap it. You got three different choices: T45, T3650, and T56. T45 is honestly the cheapest. I found them for anywhere from $400 all the way up to $1,000. You know, there's probably more expensive ones also, because a lot of people will build them and take them out and do all this stuff. There's T3650. I believe those came out in like 2000 or 2001, and they installed them all the way up to like 2004 for sure, maybe even 2005. Not sure, but the prices for those ones are, what I've found is anywhere from $700 up to $2,000, possibly even more. There's also a T56. That one's a 6-speed. That one would be pretty wicked. I think they use them in the Corvettes. They use them in the Cobras, the Terminators, the 2003, 2004 Mustang Cobra, also known as the Terminator, which is pretty freaking cool. I'd love a 6-speed, but their price tag starts at around $2,000 and goes all the way up to $5,000. Brand new. I'm sure there's even more expensive ones, to be honest. So there's the transmissions. You'll need a transmission. You're going to need a flywheel. Flywheel, there's two different kinds of flywheels that you'll need to get, or not need to get, but there's two different options. There's a Romeo and a Windsor. Sorry, on my notes I put Windy because I was tired of writing Windsor. Anyways, the Romeo block, that has a 6-bolt crank, so you'll need a 6-bolt flywheel. Those come in the 01 to 04. They have 11 bolts on the valve cover, so you can check with that. But check on the valve cover for 11 bolts. If you got 11 bolts, you got a Romeo, you need a 6-bolt flywheel. Also, on the 8th letter of the VIN, there's an R stamp, so that's pretty nice. Oh wait, no, sorry. There's an R stamp on the block. There's a W in the 8th letter of the VIN, telling you if what block it is. On the Windsor, it's an 8-bolt crank, came from 99 to 01. There will be 13 to 14 valve cover bolts, so that would also help you see what block you have, what flywheel you would need. There's also a W stamp in the 8th letter of the VIN. So that's a little thing where I had a little bit of a problem. I was looking at my VIN on my Mustang, and my 8th letter of the VIN is a freaking R. So that stands for Ram Air Intake, which is a little bit different and kind of confused me. So I had to do a little bit extra searching. 04 or 03, 04 Mach 1s with automatic transmission came with a Romeo 6-bolt flywheel. So, or 6-bolt, 6-bolt flywheel, 6-bolt crank. Either way, I'm going to need a 6-bolt flywheel when I decide to do mine. Unfortunately, I'm not doing mine today. It's little bit out of my budget, unfortunately, but that's why we're making videos, so we can have some fun. There's a lot of things that I would love to do with the Mustang. There's a lot of things I'd love to do in my life in general, you know, to be honest. I just need some more money. So I know it kind of sounds like that might be all I'm doing this for, but it's like, at the end of the day, it sort of is. I mean, I would love to help everybody, and I would love to help everybody get the answers, because it's like I've always wanted to manual swap my Mustang, but it's a little bit confusing, and it's crazy because I'm literally a Ford mechanic, so you'd think I would know everything, and it's like I do. For the most part, I don't know everything, but it's like I got the general idea of everything that I would need. But it's like, it's kind of a pain, you know, the prices and everything. It's like, yeah, we'll need this, and then the 6th and the 8th bolt. Anyways, the third thing you're gonna need is a pedal assembly. Pedal assembly, you can usually find those anywhere from like let's see here, $150 to $320 is what I found them for, so it's not really bad. You're also going to need firewall adjuster, quadrant, and a shifter cable. So luckily those are only $169 from BBK, a whole kit, and it just comes straight from American Muscle. Boom. Like, how simple is that? That'd be freaking wicked. Cheapest thing so far, so that's not that bad. So when you do it all, you're gonna need to jump the neutral safety wire. You'll have to put the wires in the park position, because if you don't do that, it will cause your key not to unlock when you turn it off, try to take it off. So it's like your key will just be locked in there, and that will be quite the problem. The best way to do it is to switch out the columns, but you don't have to switch out the columns. You can keep the automatic transmission column in your car, but you're gonna have to mess with the wires. You're gonna have to make sure that the car always thinks it's in park, or you're just never going to be able to get your key out. I don't know if you'll never be able to get your key out, but it's like, you know, that little button on the side of manual cars, and it's like you got to press it to move the key over the rest of the way. Either way, you're also going to need a clutch. So the clutch is definitely going to be needed. You can pick up clutches anywhere from $240. It's freaking, they get pretty expensive. You can get a pretty expensive one. You can get the cheapest one I found, though, brand new, $240. The flywheel is around $200. You're gonna need an engine plate, like the plate that goes between the transmission and the engine. That's about $20 to $50. You're gonna need a manual one. Also the steering column, if you decide to go that route, that's $230 roughly. I found that one used, so it's like you might be able to find one for like $150. Probably go to a junkyard and get one for even cheaper. One thing that kind of sucks about doing the swap, it doesn't necessarily suck, but you're gonna have to cut your tunnel. You're gonna have to cut the tunnel where the transmission goes up, so it's like where your little stick would be to go from park to drive to neutral and all that crap. You'll have to cut that to fit the new, like the shifter bezel, you know? Speaking of shifter bezel, you're also going to need a shifter bezel. So you're going to need one of those too. Like I said, you could probably find one at the junkyard for really cheap or whatever. But the tunnel, when you're cutting that stuff, it's not that hard. It's like, I saw the pictures. It literally looks like maybe an inch you need to cut it. You know, and it's like, and then the width of the square, or I guess rectangle shifter thing, where you would put your like short throw shifter on top of it. You can get short throw shifters freaking pretty cheap, honestly. I bought one time for like $40. It worked great. Never had a problem. I used to have a Cobra, and I used to do a lot of different stuff with it when I was younger. I actually blew it up, and yeah, it doesn't matter. Kind of a bummer, but it is what it is. But anyways, yeah, I got the Mach 1 now. I would love to manual swap it. It sucks because it is currently an automatic. It's like, why would you even... I don't know. I got a really good deal on it. I really wanted a car like that. I didn't want like a normal GT. No offense to you GT guys. I'm sure there's a lot of GT guys out there that have way faster, way cooler cars than mine. And that's fine. You know, I would love for my car to go faster. I would love all that stuff. I just wanted something special. Like my car, for instance, is one of like, I think 63 ever made in automatic with my trim package and the red and the black and all this stuff. It's only 63 of them ever, maybe 67. I don't know. It's under 100 though, and that is freaking cool. There's literally only like 200 red ones. The only difference between mine and like the other 100 and whatever is those other hundreds have like cooler interior, whatever that means. It's like the only cool thing about their interiors, they have cooler like top seat things. I don't even know what they're called. Seat pads. Top seat pads. And who needs those anyways? It's like, I'm a short guy. I don't even freaking reach the top seat thing. I'm not that short, but it's like still. I probably do actually reach it. Doesn't matter. Either way, total for all of that would be roughly, you know, it's not like too bad. You know, you take $400. So let's just go back here. I got a whole bunch of notes. I'll take a picture of it and put it up there. But anyways, it's like $400, $200, $600. And then you're at $840. Then let's get the most expensive pressure plate. So you're at like 900. You get the pedal assembly. It's 1100. You get a whole steering column. 11 plus 2, 1300. And then you got to get that quadrant stuff. You're at $1,500. $1,500, and you got a manual transmission inside of your 2003 or 2004 Ford Mustang Mach 1. Takes about a day to do it all. But still, that's everything you'll need. Thanks. Please like and subscribe.